Good morning, YouTubers and fans that are following my page. It is 10:34 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Alabama, and it is raining all day long. Yeah, it's raining. So not much I can do outside or do anything. So we're going to jump into the next tutorial, which is how to use the save file dialog, and also being able to write to a text and save a text. Now what I want to do is we're going to jump right into the tutorial, and if you notice, this is the same one that we was using the last time, and we're going to add on to this. And basically, to use the save file dialog, you're going to add a button, and once you add the button, you're just going to name it as save, and then you're going to change the design name to BTN save. And then once we have that, you have your button, and then you're going to come down over in your toolbox and you're going to grab a save file dialog right here. Just double click, and then on the properties you can change the name if you want. I'm just going to leave everything as default. Okay, now since we have the save file dialog design part done, we're going to double click on the save button, and what it's going to do is it's going to take you to the code, and as you notice, it has added a BTN save click. Now we already have the using statement because it's still using the system.io, and basically we're going to be copying almost exactly to this right here, except we're going to be using the save file dialog. So if we type in the save file dialog and then save equals new save file dialog, and we're going to close that off. Now here we're going to do the exact same thing right here, so we're just going to copy and paste that right here, and we're going to change open to save. Alright, now we have that done right there. Now there's just a few more lines of code in our if statement. So if we put if, then save dot, then show dialog, and then we're going to put our open closed parentheses is equal to dialog result dot okay. And then you're going to go down and you're going to add your curly brackets. Now once you add your curly brackets, we're going to use the stream writer, which is last time we used stream reader. This time we're going to do stream writer, and we're going to name it writer equals new stream writer. Alright, now we have to add to it like we did last time. So it's going to be file dot, and then it's going to be create, and then you're going to add your open closed parentheses in there as well. And then it's going to be save dot, and then it's going to be file name, and then we can just go down to the next line, and then we're going to put in write dot, and then it's going to be writer dot write, and then we're going to put our open close parentheses, and then we're just going to put in the txt output dot text, whatever you name the text box that you was doing, and then you're going to go down and then you're going to do the writer dot dispose, just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to run this, alright. Now as you see, I have not tested, so I don't know if there's any error, so we're going to give it a shot. We're just going to type my name is Ian Massey, the creator of this tutorial. We're going to click save. And where it says pick your file, you can actually change that to save your file. And we're just going to put in, this is a test. We're going to save it. We're going to clear this out. We're going to hit browse. And if you notice right here, you've got the test document. Click on it. This is a test. Alright. Now if I wanted to add on to it, and that is not the one, this was the one I did the last time. Okay, let me go back and see exactly in my notes. File, alright. It'll be stream writer equals new stream writer file dot create save dot file name write. Okay, the writer dot write txt output, the writer dot dispose, if save dot show. Okay, I put show dialog right there. Let me it should have done it correctly. Let's run it again and let's go browse. Alright, we're just going to highlight and delete this. Delete. Okay. And we're going to put in, this is a test. Save. Alright, we're going to put in, this is a test dot txt. Save. Clear, browse. And you see this is a test. Click on it, and this is a test. Now, I'm going to show you the reason why it didn't come up before, and so that way we can kind of get around that. And so what it is this is a test. All right, now we're going to add on to it. My name is Ian Massey, and I am the creator of this tutorial. We're going to click save. And then we're going to click that one. This is a test. We're going to click save. Alright, it'll come up, this is a test. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Alright, we're going to clear that out. We're going to click browse, click on a test, and you see it added what I put in there. Okay, now, to show you what happened when I had first started it, let's start a new one. This is my tutorial. When you click save, you see right here, it usually has that right there at the end, and it does not have that in there. So how we're going to show you how to do it. If you just type it in and save it, it's not going to save. You have to put txt at the end. And this is one thing I forgot to do a while ago. And once this comes up, you're going to go to your form. You're going to click here on your save file dialog, one down here. And then you're going to come to file name, and you're going to put in txt. You're going to save it, and that should add that to it. Now let's start the application. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this in the background, bring this over, and also if you maximize this, the save button comes up here. We'll fix that here in just a second, but we're going to put, this is a tutorial. We're going to click save, and we're going to put in test test, test. Now, if we save it, click browse, you see it does not come up. But if we put in test, test, test dot txt, save, clear that out, browse, see test, test, test. Okay, so in order to get this to where everything will be perfect, which is, like I said, there's no editing, and part of learning your problems like errors and things like that is to actually see the errors as they come about. And I'm still drinking my coffee from this morning. But when you click on Save File Dialog, all right, you're going to, no, not save, your save button. And we're just going to come down to the anchor. You see how it's got top left? We're just going to undo those and do the bottom. And then when you run this, and it comes up, you notice that it stays all down at the bottom. One of my buttons disappeared. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to find out and see where that button went to. It would be the clear button. The clear. Let's see where it's anchored at. See, it's anchored at the top left. So we're going to anchor it down at the bottom right. We're just going to check on browse as well. And you see it's at the bottom left. So now whenever we start the program and debug it, it comes up and we can expand it, and you see browse, save, clear. This is all part in the designing whenever you do this. And so to add the TXT is the only thing left that we have to do on here. And if we put a period there, and let's add a period there, we're going to start the application, and we're going to see if this does anything. So we're just going to type random letters. Excuse me. Click save, and you notice this text file. So this is my app. If you notice, you've got the other two there. We're going to click save, click browse. You see this is my app. So basically what happened was, the reason why it did not come up is these two periods right here. Now the reason why I done that is to show you that if you don't get everything done perfectly, it will throw errors, and that's how you figure it out. And even though I knew the .txt is supposed to go there, and to show you that I knew on my notes, if you look right here, I don't know if you can see it, but you have the txt and the .txt. Okay, that pretty much just, I knew it was there, but I created an error so that way you can see what the error is, because there's a lot of tutorials that go on YouTube that they go through flawlessly and they really don't show the errors. And in order for you to learn computer programming, is you have to be able to see the errors as they happen, as what I had put right here. And it really wasn't an error, it's just it was not coming up. So this right here is the correct syntax that you actually do in the coding. Now you could actually take that one off right there, and you can hit the start button, and then come in, and we're just going to do the same thing, just type a bunch of stuff, click save, and then we're just going to do that right there, hit save, and then we're going to hit browse, and if you notice, it comes up. So that's how you get around the error. And it's not an error, it's just that it's not showing up completely. So if you ever get to a point to where you're coding this and you're saying it does not show up, make sure you have the correct syntax. Sometimes it's just a period, like that right there has caused the whole program not to save the file like how it should be. So when you add that period, it actually saves the file and it goes correctly. And you've seen that we saved the file and cleared it out, opened it, and it does not have to be in the documents. You can save it practically anywhere. Let's see, we can put save this anywhere, like that right there, and we're going to click save. And we're just going to go to the desktop and we're going to put in, this is the desktop version. Okay, desktop version. So we're going to click save. Alright, now if we go to clear that out and you go to browse, you go to desktop, and you see you have, this is the desktop version. Now, if I was to minimize this out, this is the desktop version. Now, to show you something, what we're going to do is we're just going to stop the application and we're going to minimize it. Now, just because you had created a document, this is just basically a notepad, just doesn't have file save and all that. And we can do that later on. You can add that. I'll show you how to do it in another tutorial. But to show you that you can actually type a whole document like that, and you can click on it, and it'll come up and it'll say save this anywhere. Alright, now the same thing with this is if you do save this anywhere, let me take that back, and go to the end, you can actually open it up in your notepad. And we're just going to add just random stuff to it like that right there. Alright, then when you click save, and then you're going to exit out of this, you're going to click on this, you see it adds it. Now say if you wanted to use your little word processor, pretty much what we just created, you start it, and if you go to browse, and you go down and open it, you see it added all that we put there. And then you can add, this is the end of the tutorial. Alright, and we click save. Then we're going to click on that one, save, yes, clear, exit, minimize this, click on this, and as you see it says this is the end of the tutorial. And you can go through the design mode, you can add a lot more to it, like your fonts and things like that. We'll do that a little bit later on, but this is just for this tutorial right here. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask them in the comment section below. Also, if you would like to follow me, hit the like button and the subscribe button. It lets me know that you're supporting the channel. Then I also have a donation section as well. If you would like to donate to the Camp Nerd series to bring more tutorials to you, you can click on the PayPal link that's in the description below, and you can donate any amount that you want. All the proceeds go to funding everything that does with the tutorials, as far as like microphones. I've got to get a new microphone eventually, new headset. I'm going to pretty much do a better whole recording studio, get an actual camera and things like that. And whenever you donate to that, the Camp Nerd donation, all that goes to get all the equipment to be able to bring you more professional tutorial videos and things like that. In the next couple of tutorials, we're going to be doing like some networking, some basic computer stuff, like how to pull your networking stats off your computer, how to do networking like ASP.NET websites, to pull stuff off them, the XML documents, weather, things like that. There's a whole lot of tutorials coming. And so if you would like to catch those tutorials, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like it, share it with your friends, family, and everything, to get them to help us grow the Camp Nerd community on YouTube. And I hope this will be the #1 spot to get your computer coding tutorials. And eventually, as the tutorials go on, they'll get a lot better. So if you like everything, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, Share it with friends who do computer coding or who's wanting to learn. I do very basic computer coding, so you can learn. There's nothing advanced right now. It's all just basic tutorials. And if you'd like to help to support the channel with new equipment, then you can hit the donation button below. It's the link takes you straight to PayPal, and you can either use your PayPal account or you can use debit credit card of what PayPal uses. So this is Ian with Camp Nerd, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until the next tutorial, be sure to keep everything nerdy in the camp.